Welcome back, everyone. Today's MLB rumor mill is absolutely on fire. And if you're a Yankees fan or just someone who loves blockbuster baseball drama, you're going to want to stick around for this entire breakdown because we've got a potential trade coming. Brennan Davis officially signing, Luis Arraez trade buzz heating up, and Nolan Arenado dropping hints that have the entire league talking. So let's dive right in, starting with Brennan Davis, because this is one of those under-the-radar moves that could quietly become a massive storyline as the season develops. Davis, once viewed as one of baseball's most exciting young outfield prospects, has finally landed a new opportunity after battling injuries and inconsistency over the past couple of years. And while some fans might gloss over this signing, insiders see it as a classic low-risk, high-reward move by a front office that believes there's still untapped upside in his bat and athleticism. Davis has always had the tools. Power to all fields, solid speed, and a strong arm, but staying healthy has been his biggest challenge. And now, with a fresh start, he's getting a chance to reset his career, rebuild confidence, and prove that the flashes we saw earlier weren't just a tease. And here's the interesting part. Teams don't bring in players like Davis just for depth. They bring them in because they believe something can be unlocked, whether that's swing mechanics, plate discipline, or simply getting him consistent reps. So don't be surprised if you start hearing his name pop up more as spring workouts roll on and he begins turning heads. But that's just the appetizer, because the real spice today comes from Luis Arraez, one of the purest hitters in baseball, and right now his name is buzzing around front offices like wildfire. Arraez is the type of player every contender wants: elite contact skills, almost impossible to strike out, and a batting average that feels straight out of the early 2000s. And according to league chatter, multiple teams are exploring trade scenarios involving Arraez, which tells you everything you need to know about how valuable he is in today's game, especially when pitching dominates and runs are at a premium. Arraez gives you instant lineup stability. He lengthens batting orders, keeps rallies alive, and frustrates opposing pitchers like few others. And here's where things get really interesting. Teams looking to make a serious postseason push see Arraez as that missing puzzle piece, the guy who can hit second or third, set the table, and bring a calm, professional approach to big moments. But acquiring him won't be cheap. We're talking top prospects or young major league-ready talent, because players who can hit for average at his level simply don't come around often. And if you're wondering how this ties into the Yankees and other big-market clubs, trust me, they're watching closely, because adding a contact machine like Arraez to a power-heavy lineup could completely change the dynamic of an offense overnight. Now let's talk about Nolan Arenado, because this is where the rumor mill really starts spinning out of control. Arenado recently made comments that many fans and analysts are interpreting as potential trade hints. And when a superstar third baseman with multiple gold gloves and elite production starts speaking carefully about his future, people listen. Arenado is still one of the best two-way players in baseball. His defense alone changes games. And when you combine that with his power and leadership, you're looking at a franchise-altering piece. And while nothing is confirmed yet, the mere possibility of Arenado becoming available has executives across the league doing mental math and prospect evaluations. Teams are asking themselves, do we have enough to make a serious offer? And more importantly, does adding Arenado put us over the top? And here's what makes this situation so compelling. Arenado isn't just a rental-type star. He's a proven postseason performer, a clubhouse leader, and someone who instantly raises expectations wherever he goes. So if a trade does materialize, it's going to be one of those headline-grabbing deals that reshapes playoff odds and sparks endless debate on sports talk shows. And speaking of trades, multiple insiders are hinting that at least one significant move could happen sooner rather than later. Front offices are getting aggressive. Phones are ringing, and scouting departments are working overtime, because this is the window where smart teams strike, before prices skyrocket and competition intensifies. And fans need to understand, trades like these don't just appear overnight. They're built through weeks of quiet conversations, medical reviews, analytics breakdowns, and internal debates. And right now, we're in that critical phase where rumors start leaking and momentum builds, and for Yankees fans specifically, this is familiar territory. Every time a star player becomes even remotely available, New York is immediately mentioned. And while that doesn't always mean a deal is coming, it does show that the Yankees remain one of the league's most aggressive and closely watched organizations, especially when it comes to adding proven talent. And if you connect all the dots here, Brennan Davis getting a new shot, Arraez drawing heavy trade interest, Arenado hinting at possible changes, and insiders teasing a deal on the horizon. What you're really seeing is a league in motion, contenders positioning themselves, rebuilding teams looking to cash in assets, and stars evaluating where they want to spend the next chapter of their careers. This is the chess match part of baseball that doesn't always show up in box scores, but ends up defining entire seasons. And let's be real, this is why we love the sport, the drama, the speculation, the possibility that one phone call can flip everything upside down. Imagine Arraez sliding into a contender's lineup, Arenado anchoring the hot corner for a new club, and Davis emerging as a surprise breakout story. Those are the kinds of narratives that turn a regular season into must-watch TV, and as we wait for official announcements, the smart fans are already breaking down fits, contracts, prospect packages, and lineup combinations, because every move has ripple effects. One trade can open another door, one signing can push a younger player to the bench or into a different role, and suddenly entire rosters look different, and that's exactly where we are right now, standing on the edge of potential chaos, waiting for the dominoes to fall. So if you're following this closely, my advice is simple. Keep your notifications on, because things can change fast. One insider tweet, one press release, and boom, the landscape shifts, and when it does, we'll be right here breaking it all down, analyzing what it means, who won the deal, and how it impacts the playoff race. Because whether you're rooting for the Yankees, just tracking MLB news, or simply enjoying the wild ride of baseball season, this is prime-time stuff. And before I wrap this up, I want to know what you think. Would Arraez be a perfect fit for a power-heavy lineup? Do you believe Arenado is really hinting at a move? And could Brennan Davis finally turn his career around with this fresh opportunity? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if you're enjoying these updates, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next breaking story. Because trust me, with all this trade buzz and superstar movement brewing, we're just getting started, and the next few weeks could be absolutely explosive for Major League Baseball.